Hello, welcome, and hope you're having an amazing evening, day, or morning. Right, so what we're gonna do today is a little bit on the easier side, but I think this is something a lot of people struggle with, and is how are you gonna set up your payment methods in your Wix account, right? So either if you're taking payments through a store, or if you have any type of invoicing, whatever the point is, or if you're doing like bookings, any of those apps where you are gonna charge money, this is the video that you need. So let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is you wanna go into the dashboard of your website. I'm gonna use this client's website as an example because we just pretty much started this new website with Wix Studio. So you want to go under settings, and then you're going to go under this option right here, which is accept payments. Once you're here, you're going to be able to do a few different things, and I'm going to talk about all of them because I really don't know exactly what you're trying to do, but there's two ways on how you can take payments, which one is through credit cards, debit cards, all this stuff, PayPal. And then there's another one where if you're doing what's called offline payment, when you are selling something but they're gonna pay you in cash or in person, right? So you have these three ways, but the other option that you don't see right here and you have to click on this part is when you do something like Squarespace. So you can always go right here and then you can go to Square. So an example would be that someone that has a restaurant and they want a specific menu, whatever the reason is, but you want to already combine this with Wix. This is where you can just log in into your account and you'll be able to do that. Or if you're planning to just, again, use a payment like Affirm where you offer credit, this option you have to get approved, and sometimes you might not get approved if you're a new business. But keep in mind that in the future, once you have established a few sales, this is something really cool because you allow your customers to pay over time. You get the full money up front and then they can take the payment later. So we're gonna go back to accept payments. The one that I recommend usually is this one right here from Wix, which uses Stripe. And why I like it is because their system is very easy. Whenever you get paid is usually within 2 to 3 business days to get paid, unless they pay with a credit card. It might take a little longer, but most of the times that's the easiest way. If you do PayPal, the downside about PayPal is that once you reach certain limit, I believe is around 2,000. They might change over time, so make sure you check that. Is that you might have to call them and request an increase, because if you don't do that, then your stuff is gonna stop working. So that's the only thing that I don't like about PayPal, is that the more payments you're taking, sometimes you have to call them and increase that limit. And with Wix through Stripe, and this is again through Wix, okay? So if you wanna go directly to Stripe, you're still gonna go in this part, keep scrolling and go to these other options right here, and this is where you're gonna go directly. But again, this is just the easiest way, and it includes all of the ones that we already mentioned, so you don't have to do individual all of them, but once you accept this one, you can add the other ones. So once you go here, all you gotta do is click connect, and then you're gonna be greeted with this message. If you're selling any of these items right here, I would say this is not gonna work because they're very specific, and you gotta learn about like what type of product you have before you even start accepting or trying to set up this, because you don't want your account to get banned. Now, one thing that could happen is that if you by accident, as you select here, do you sell any prohibited products or services, and you say yes, I do by accident, and you click continue, then it might not let you continue because they're very strict on this part. So if that ever happened to you, the best way to go about this is, instead of you trying to call Wix and trying to fix it, more if it's like in the middle of the night, you don't have time, just duplicate your website and do it on the new site. That's the only way that you'll be able to go back and select the right one. So in this example, we're gonna do, I do not sell any of these products, so continue with connecting Wix payments, and then I click accept. Here is very straightforward. You again select if you want to accept Apple Pay, Google Pay. If you're doing Afterpay, again, sometimes you have to get approved. Affirm is one of them for sure, that they have to check something. You fill out some extra form. But again, I will recommend getting your account approved at least for Wix first, and then you can come back and add this later. Now we're gonna click continue. And once you're on this part, this is actually gonna be super easy. Right away, it's telling you to connect PayPal now because that option was selected. So we're just gonna ignore it for now. So I'm gonna close it. And then it's giving you this credit card payments, Apple Pay, Google, and it's just giving you these options, right? So what we're gonna do here is complete account setup. So we're gonna click complete. And then once we're here, this is the part that's very important that you do it right. Because if you make a mistake, it's fine. You still could get paid. Like you can accept the payments, but they're not gonna send it to your bank account. So what you wanna do here is make sure you upload the files the right way. So first you gotta decide what type of business are you, if you register as an LLC, of course you're gonna select this one. If you're just doing business as yourself or with your name, then you're gonna select this one. The main differences are gonna be that if you do an LLC, you're gonna need your employer identification number, the business name, and you're also gonna upload the LLC certificate that they give you when you register your business. So this is where you're gonna do it. Now, one thing is whenever you upload a document, you gotta make sure it's super clear. There's no like shades or things on it. So make sure you put it on top of like a very dark background, like a dark table or something that it's not gonna affect the lighting, because since it's not reviewed right away by a person, it's reviewed by the system. So sometimes it does catch the lighting on a wrong angle and might say that it's not correct. So just keep that in mind. Most common is the individual sole proprietor that is going to be filled out. So just when you select that one, it's the same concept. Now instead of an EIN, you're going to use your social security or an IT number. And then here, when you upload your photo ID, you're going to select which type you're going to use, right? Commonly, I would suggest you use your driver's license because I feel like that's the easiest one. And then you're going to need the front and the back. Again, same concept here. When you take the picture of your driver's license, on the front and the back, make sure the lighting is good so there's no reflection, because sometimes when you take picture, it's very easy to think like, oh, looks good, but again, be very good about taking the picture. There's no like lighting on it that it can be hard to read like the numbers on it. So again, it's important to know that. Then it's gonna ask you for the address where you're doing business from. If you have a business location or your home address, then you're gonna add it here. And then the business description, this is pretty much what is gonna be doing business as, and then you're gonna put the business name, the industry, and then once you add that, you can also add an example of what exactly you do. And this is another part that it's also very important to know what you're gonna upload, right? So you're gonna need your routing number and then the account number, and then you're just gonna confirm that. Now, when it asks for a bank statement, all they care is, they don't care about how much money you have in your bank account. What they wanna see is that your name matches the account number. So whenever you take it, if you go to your online banking, you just download the statement, and as long as it shows your name and the account number on the same place, that's the part that you can just do a screenshot cut, and that's what you can upload or you can print it and just take a picture of that part. Again, make sure the lighting is good, so when you upload it, it's gonna pretty much look good and you're not gonna have to redo it again. After you submit everything, do one more check, make sure your social is okay, your first name, last name, all the information, and then just make sure to click and accept the terms and conditions, and then click submit. After you're doing this, then you're all good to go. Most likely when you go back to accept payments here, this will show active, and if it shows like on hold or something, it might take like maybe an hour or two to change. But if the next day you still see that, then definitely there's something that it's missing, and most likely you'll have an error. After that, you should be good to go. And then if you have questions, just let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to help you with that. See you in the next video.